This week we are driving something actually affordable, very affordable in fact, the new Nissan Kicks, which has an entry-level trim with a base price starting at just under $22,000, which in today's day and age, when everything is so expensive and new car transaction prices are approaching 50 grand, that's pretty impressive. Although this one is the top tier SR trim to show off some of the bells and whistles. So this one is optioned to just over $30,000, but that's about the pricing spread for the new Kicks, low to mid 20s to just over $30,000. And they've done a good amount to update and refresh this entry-level compact SUV crossover. One of the big pieces of news is it is now available with all-wheel drive. We've got new styling, new interior, technology, some convenience features. So we're gonna find out what it's like to live with the new Kicks. In terms of the powertrain, we now have a 2-liter that makes 141 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque. And like I mentioned, it is now available with all-wheel drive. This one has an option. It is a front-wheel drive bias system, but it can send power to the rear wheels. It also brings a snow mode and a multi-link rear suspension when you option all-wheel drive. And that can be nice if you live somewhere like Michigan, where it gets cold, snowy, inclement weather, a little bit more of that all-wheel drive traction. In terms of efficiency, this is just a pure gasoline model, no hybridization available. So the front wheel drive will do 28 city, 35 highway, 31 combined. The all-wheel drive version will lose 1 mpg across all of those categories. Now, the downside, the bad news. The new Kicks is still only available with a CVT. They usually put CVTs in for efficiency, continuously variable transmission, but Nissan does not have the best track record history with their CVTs. There is no manual transmission, no conventional torque converter automatic available on the Kicks, only a CVT. When they launched the new Kicks, Nissan actually invited me out to New York, Brooklyn specifically, to attend a March Madness game. And they also had many shoe influencers come out, which I learned that shoe influencers are a thing. I found out how big some of their collections of shoes were, which made my Hot Wheels collection look pitiful in comparison. And I went to my girlfriend and was like, I am never gonna complain about how many pairs of shoes you have. Some of those guys have a lot of shoes, but they were leaning into the whole Kicks and shoes thing. So there's some design elements that take inspiration from shoes, like this texturing of this lower plastic area here. Another thing they took design inspiration for on the Kicks is actually a football helmet. These horizontal grille slats connecting with the lighting elements are supposed to look like the face mask, the face guard on American football helmet, because in Europe and the rest of the world football, you don't need helmets because there's less headbutting typically, right? But that is some design elements they took inspiration from for the Kicks. It's a compact little quirky, fun-looking SUV crossover, right? They have some really fun, vibrant colors too, two-tone finishes. They really fit the more youthful, fun feel they want with this vehicle. Date night. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Nissan Kicks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where are we going, honey?
Go to a restaurant called Sylvan Table.
Yeah, you said you took a look at the menu.
It looked pretty good, but I'm also really hungry, so everything looks good right now.
That is very true.
Everything does indeed look good. We've got the We've got the double digital display screens here. They're both 12.3-inch full digital cluster, and then we have wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, so I'm just running CarPlay on the center infotainment screen. Not too long of a drive, just over 20 minutes to get to the restaurant. Time to familiarize ourselves with the Kicks, although I've already driven this a little bit. Yeah, this is entry level.
Oh, this is entry level and it has heated steering?
Yeah.
That's actually really nice.
This one's optioned to $31,000.
Really?
And the base version is 22 grand.
Oh my gosh.
So this is like the super value proposition in the lineup.
Wow.
All the high beams just kicked on.
That's a really good deal. I'm impressed.
The features, right?
Because you started listing all those features, I thought it was a higher optioned vehicle. It is, but
this is essentially a fully loaded Nissan Kicks.
Wow.
And it's like 31 grand. The sunroof, but now like that's flooring it.
Oh gosh.
We're not really merging onto the freeway. That is flooring it, and it's a CVT. There we go.
Yeah.
That was 70. So it's not fast. It's not. And it has a CVT, which is not the best transmission option. I mean, your CRV has one, and the way I view CVTs is, if it's for efficiency and it works, that's fine. The problem Nissan is it had some issues with theirs. So not only is it not the ideal driving experience, they are known to have some problems the ones they put in. I have no idea on this one. This is supposed to be a new one, so we don't know the reliability of it quite yet. But again, entry level. I have to adjust all of the expectation with the fact that this is a 20-something, $30,000 vehicle.
So what would you say the target audience is for this vehicle?
Youthful, first-time buyers.
Oh, right.
I mean, it's called the Kicks, right? So like it's got the whole shoe theme going, and they're definitely trying to. But you can get this in like a lime, greeny, yellow color, like there's a lot of bright, vibrant colors. And I think it's just young first-time buyers, or maybe a young family member. You're getting them their first car. It's got plenty of safety tech features. So yeah, I think that's kind of demographic.
Alrighty, so probably the Gen Z generation, you would say?
100%.
Okay, very nice. What is that?
That's a Fisker Ocean. Somebody bought one of those. Oof.
Oh.
The company went out of business. They're gone. They went bankrupt, and there's no support left for those things. And they're worth like less than this thing now because it's just a brick if something goes wrong with it. Really? It's a wedding venue?
Yeah, people get married here.
It looks really pretty.
It looks very pretty.
That's cool. It's kind of like rusticy cabin feeling. Yeah. Very cool. All right, arriving at dinner. This thing is easy to park because it's so small. We have a 360 camera, backup camera. Decent resolution, not phenomenal resolution. We just finished a fantastic dinner. We have some leftovers, and the center console cup holder area is gigantic enough to hold a container. It's actually very it'd be convenient to eat out of this, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The cup holders are extremely deep and large. I mean, the bottom half is like normal cup holder size, but it can expand out. So you can like put those big, what are those big jugs?
Cups.
Not a paid product placement. Little welcome animation. Double screens are pretty cool. I do like that. I think the base trim has a smaller center screen here. This is the full 12.3 inch because we are in the top SR trim. Ooh, it's a little bit chilly. Heated seat. This is a touch panel, which I don't love, but single zone climate control. Let's crank that all the way up. We've had some weird weather today. At least it's warm, but it was pouring rain earlier. Now it's kind of sunny out and snow is melting, but oh, that's very wet. Into the Kicks. We need to make a run to the bank. Here's a better look at those gigantic cup holders during the day. We have a wireless phone charger down here. Slot my phone in. USB-C port. That is the drive mode toggle. This orange accenting. It's the stitching here. This little trim piece. And the seats, too, have this textured finish with the orange and black. Orange stitching. Little insert down here. The Bose speakers in the headrest. So that's pretty cool. Adds a little bit more of that immersion surround sound. And we have the panoramic roof with some rain on it. It's been raining a lot today, but look, it's sunny. No complaints there. Even the doors here have this textured, it kind of has that carbon fiber weave pattern to it. Obviously, it's not carbon fiber, but it's got an interesting texture. A little bit of soft touch. That's gonna be plastic. That's actually soft touch there with more stitching. You get the orange and white, kind of white silver stitching right there. And then this is another interesting textured plastic to give it a little bit of a visual pizzazz, right? This is, again, an entry-level vehicle, but we have stitching on the steering wheel, too. It is flat bottom, try to make it a little bit sportier. We also have auto hold, which is nice when you come to a stop. Back up, there's the overhead view camera, backup camera. Not the highest resolution, but at this price point, it is nice to have the overhead 360 view camera. And then you can see this panel, it's very glossy in their little touch controls. You get a little beep feedback if you're turning them on and off. I don't love that. I would prefer physical buttons, and it's also single zone climate control. That's where you see some of the lower cost aspect things, right? So single zone climate control here, but we have an actual rotating volume knob, which is nice. Forward and backtrack. Same thing on the steering wheel here. We can go forward, backtrack, volume up and down, and then the double screens. All right, to the bank we go. Driving this car makes me think about how much base models have progressed. When I was growing up, if you had a base entry-level trim, it felt kind of terrible. Everything was really cheap feeling plastic. You had no creature comforts. The technology was abysmal, right? Like no screens or anything. And I know I'm in a higher tier trim, so the lower tier trim has a smaller screen, but you still have a lot of nice features in a very, very affordable entry-level model. And that's true across a lot of different manufacturers. And I think that just shows how progression of technology and lowering costs has changed the entry-level model landscape. That being said, the average car price has just skyrocketed. It's insane, especially the upper tier cars. Luxury vehicles are silly expensive now. I mean, like a Nissan Armada, a nice one, is $80,000. They're extremely expensive. So options like the Kicks are very rare. I know Kia has some. I mean, Chevy has the Trax. They have a couple options now that are entry level that still have some nice features. So if you want a new car, you have something that's not $50,000, but it's getting more and more difficult to find a new car that isn't just terrifyingly expensive. I saw something about how the average person's car payment is like $1,000 a month because the average new car transaction price is approaching $50,000 and interest rates are extremely high. People lease, they're expensive. Like everything is so expensive about a car, from owning it, buying it, maintaining it, insuring it. It's a little bit terrifying right now. But if you want something, the Kicks exist and there's some options out there. Quick coffee run to bring something back for Angel. My little tiny coffee cup looks like a little baby sippy cup because the cup holder is so massive. So this is a Starbucks Grande, which is just completely swallowed, and that is a little cortado. It just disappears in there. The seat's creaking. Okay, some of the entry-levelness of the Kicks might be showing. I don't know if it's because I'm too fat or I can hear creaking in the seat. I noticed it when I was taking a turn. These are Nissan Zero Gravity seats, and they have them in the front and the rear. So outside of the creaking, they are very comfortable. So what Nissan did apparently is they worked with NASA astronauts and figured out like the ideal seating position if you're in zero gravity, hence zero gravity seats, like in outer space, and to eliminate pressure points around your body when you're sitting down to help with fatigue. And they are pretty comfortable. So you just kind of strategically place the padding. It's not like they're super plush specifically, but it's just to try to eliminate some of the pressure points, hence zero gravity seats. And now they have them in the front and the rear. So this thing has the proximity sensing. I have the key in my pocket. It unlocks, or you can press this button, unlock, press the lock, unlock, and if you just walk away, it should know that you're leaving with the key and will automatically lock. Whee! All right, merging onto the freeway. Come on, Jeep!
Seems like you're really working the Nissan there.
Yeah, this engine is working hard. This is already more powerful than the previous generation one. Now we do have some driver assistance features, so we turn on this. It's a basic Pro Pilot system, and we'll go ahead and set a speed. We have adaptive cruise control, so you can change the following distance, and it's got steering assist. See the little green steering wheel? I think you still have to keep your hands on the wheel. System is doing a pretty good job in some light traffic, maintaining distance, staying in the lane. I just have my hand lightly resting on the steering wheel. Costco practicality test, not bad. That is a lot of groceries. We have a little cover there. Close the trunk. Success. It is now dark, cold, and rainy, but we finished our workout, ran some errands.
Very good workout.
Time to head home, eat dinner, and we're wrapping up our time with the Kicks. It is a very brief couple days because I've got to go run off to go buy Angel a car and then to Arizona. Do you have any impressions on the Nissan Kicks?
I'm really impressed at the price point, to be honest.
Yeah?
Given that it has all the features that you listed. So
It is, they did cram a lot of tech in it, but it does feel entry-level, compact, little vehicle. But if you're looking for something you want brand new, like new vehicle for family member who just started driving, or you're young, you need your first car, like it's an option. It's got some fun perks to it.
yeah, it's not bad.
We'll see how the oh, that's really loud, the front defrost. We'll see how the transmission holds up. This one's got 7,000 miles on it, so obviously it's fine except for the
Creaking of the seat.
Yeah, I'm not very impressed with that. But like the sound system's pretty good, the screens are definitely nice, driver assistance system's pretty okay, it's got heated steering wheel, got surround view cameras, the sunroof, so we've got a good amount of stuff for $30,000.
Yeah, and I think for someone like my sister, who's Gen Z, she's 25 this year, turning 25 in August, I think she would be the perfect person for this type of vehicle.
And like for her, it's just transportation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter as much. She needs good fuel economy, some safety convenience tech, and good to go. All right, wrapping up our time living with the Nissan Kicks.
What are you doing?
Waiting for something emphatic from you, just like your scintillating wisdom. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for watching.